Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Carte, which is currently streaming on the All Black streaming service. This is season 2, episode 6. I wanted to shout out Mr. Norris Tony. He does have his own channel. He's the one that let me know that Carte has more than 5 episodes, so I wanted to shout him out, and I'm going to put his link to his channel that you can go view and also to subscribe to his channel in my description. There's a few things that I do really want to talk about. I'm trying to get out of not saying everything line by line in this review or with this show. But there's some things and some topics I think that we need to really delve into. But I do appreciate you for coming to my channel. Please like this video as you come in the door. And also subscribe to this channel if you are new. And welcome back to any old viewers and also newer or not the newer or whatever, Thank you for coming back. Please also share this video and leave your comments. All right, so this is episode 6, as I said before. I like to call these kind of interludes before the actual episode starts or begins. And it's Misha and Corey. Misha's upset because of the allegations that are coming that one of the students are saying that Misha has been pressing on them, and then it's really the students have been pressing on Misha. And also Shira and Derek, they are getting it on, and she ends up taking control, which I think Derek did like or whatever. So after that, I'm going to skip this Misha and Corey and come back to Shira and Derek. So she's looking for her songbook, Misha is, and she realizes that she left it in one of her desks at the school. And Corey's like, don't worry about that, just go after hours or whatever, because they also had sex there also. But in the meantime, before she ends up trying to go to the school, she ends up getting an itch. So we know that Misha has been with Corey, been with Nicole, but Nicole and Misha, they invite other people into their bed. Now, I don't know what the whole situation is with them. Are there NDAs? Do people actually give out their test results before you guys hook up? I don't know. Corey's not itching. Let's just make that note right away. So we're going to see where this itch came from, I guess. All right, so Shira and Derek. So after their day of passion, Derek is getting up. He's about to leave and all that good stuff. And Shira's walking him out into the hallway. And Shira asks this question. Did you ever have, I heard it as deja vu with me. I don't know what that means. But then Derek says that I thought about effing you all the time. Basically, I mean, you are still a good catch. But Shira says, I knew you was an F-boy all along. I'm like, or the F-boy vibes are flowing. But I mean, okay, you see your dude, got a girl, you think that she's fine, and you may have wanted to bang her. It can happen. I think out of respect, I would never go there. I would not have it in mind, but to just say that, I don't think that determines that you are an F-boy. It's not like he tried anything with you, Shira. I think that a little leeway, because you can, and now that I'm really thinking about it, as with Yvette and what she said, you can come off judgmental or automatically giving people labels because of a symptom of something. I mean, all I can say is that Derek didn't try nothing with you while you was with Rodney. That ought to count for something. So they start talking about if they were actually a thing, because right now they're just effing around and sneaking around thinking that nobody knows what they're doing. And Shira was like, well, what would our exes think, basically, if we actually do this? Like, you crazy, man. And Derek's like, well, our exes that don't even live in the same state as us. I mean, you got Mahogany and living in another continent, and Rodney is somewhere else, and they've been broken up. It hasn't, I don't know. There is a comment that I did see on last week's thread of mine, episode 5, where someone's just asked, why would Shira want to mess with Mahogany's ex, and then also who Rodney was boys with? I'm going to say this much. Although I do get how it can be messed up, especially the bro code and the sis code, where's that at in this whole situation? Let me give you a different idea as to what's really going on. Mahogany and Derek were no longer a thing. He was still doing his thing. I think he was an F-boy then too, or whatever. But they're over with. They found out that they weren't compatible. Even when Derek tried to shoot his shot again, tried to was the term um, is it swing the corner or come by the corner again, whatever the term is. Mahogany wasn't biting. Now, as I said on as a response on Instagram, if Rodney and Shira, let's just say this, they were together for a long time. How long actually was Rodney faithful to Shira? Shira was faithful to him. And even though they were college sweethearts, they found out that they weren't compatible. Just as Mahogany and Derek were not compatible. So I'm just trying to figure out why are they off limits just by singular the bro and Cisco? Because right now, how about if your friend is more compatible with my partner, my ex that I don't even F with anymore? Mahogany moved on to another guy at that point, even though they broke up now. But it's like, I think that if we quit this ownership over people and just using the whole blanket term of bro and sis code, I think we'll be a whole lot better. Because maybe I shouldn't have been with you. And maybe you should have been with my friend this whole time. I don't know. So, and then what I will say about Shira and Derek, their relationship happened organically. I do understand how people can be trifling, where you really got friends waiting in the wings to just step in to scoop up your exes. I do get that. And then there's other things that can go through your mind, like, okay, so you guys are interested in each other. Have you always been interested in each other? Has anything been going on behind my back? I mean, all that stuff is going on. But I choose to believe that Derek and Shira, they happened naturally. I mean, Shira was fighting it forever, even though Derek was doing his manly flirtations, you know. But they did develop a connection. She was able to be vulnerable and transparent with him, which she hasn't even been transparent with some of her friends yet. That ought to count for something. So, in gist of what I'm saying, take the ownership off and have a broader mind. He wasn't good for you, but maybe good for them. Or she may be good for him and just not for me. All right, so let me move on because I talked way too much. All right, so Mecca's doing his social media as he always does, raindrops. Basically support your local businesses. He's just pleading online to have support as he goes through this lawsuit against a major corporation that's trying to gentrify this plaza. That's where the bar is actually located at right now. He is now staying with Mecca, the dude that paid for him. I got some stuff to say about him too. So of course, Mecca gives him his props for his social media post, and Rain was looking for an extended stay as he's trying to get back on his feet. I don't know how much he's actually told Mecca about his relationship with Zeke. But anyways, Mecca says, sure, I don't really want to keep just going on these apps. It would be nice to have someone at home to come home to and all that good stuff. And then Rain was like, what? You want me to be your F buddy? If you know what that means. It's like a friends with benefits type of situation. So Rain ends up saying that he really likes him. And I got to bring this to the forefront. Now, Rain told Mecca that he likes him. Zeke told Rain that he loves him and didn't have a response. Mecca didn't have a traditional response to him saying that Rain likes him. Mecca ended up agreeing that he could stay there or whatever, because it was like, well, is this part of what has been charged already to me? Because, he paid for, what's his name? Rain, right now you kind of sound like a bum. Now you got to stay with someone else, and this dude basically purchased you. And you're in your feelings because this dude is giving you the attention that you want. And it seems thrilling to you for whatever reason. And I think you kind of sabotaged your own relationship with Zeke. Because, Zeke had order, he had boundaries, but he also had love and support for you. And he just didn't put up with anything. And now you're getting with this other dude that now is saying that, yeah, you can stay there, but we got to be DL. Because he's an actor and he's trying to fit into this actor's world. And if they know that he's gay, then he'll only get gay roles and he doesn't want to be typecast. And you're willing to go with that, A, because you're desperate because you don't have a place to stay. And then he somewhat owns you. And then you ended up making the joke with him, like, well, thank you for letting me stay. I forgot the actual verbiage, but basically I'm going to give you everything that you owe as far as the money that he spent on this dude. But yeah, Rain's looking a little bummish right now and desperate. And I don't know why you would reduce yourself from Zeke to this dude that don't even want to claim you in the sunlight and had to purchase you. Okay, so Misha goes to the school and sees this the parent of the student that's saying stuff about Misha, and the parents getting all in her face and ready to fight her and all this good stuff. And Misha's like, why are you trying to blame me for everything? Your son's a liar, and he's a predator and I don't know if I can say this online, but file that you're really going to have to watch and do this, da-da-da-da-da. And basically the parents said, I'm going to see you in jail, as the son is trying to hold the ball back from trying to fight Misha. So Misha, gotta back up. So Yvette sees Derek leave out of the house and just talks with Shira about the whole situation. So you guys banging? They say, yeah, basically. And they go talk on the subject of STIs. And Shira's kind of like, I really got to do all this? And Yvette said, hey, this dude kind of F'd with everybody, so why wouldn't you check yourself out? I mean, her last relationship was with the guy that she thought was stable, and she wasn't going out there dating and all that, but he was cheating on her the whole time, or at least a good amount of time. Like, I'm surprised she didn't go get herself checked out after that, But with her relationship, stable relationship, she didn't feel the need to have to do all that, and I understand it from that end. So now Misha, Rain, and Shira separately is going to get her own test for STIs. So Misha and Rain are at this rapid STI testing thing. Rain ends up telling Misha that he's staying with an old friend and doing all this. Okay. And then I think it was Misha said, well, where's Shira? And Rain ends up saying that Shira should be here trying to get a testing done also. But Rain ends up saying that he thinks that her and Derek are effing around. And Misha's like, she's not. And Rain's like, they are effing. And they are. Let's see. So while Shira's at her own visit, all that good stuff, they're asking her questions of how many partners that she's been with for the last 3 months or so. And she said 1. And the doctor, who was underneath the gown looking at her private parts, after asking the question, she lifted it up and looked at it again and looked at her like, what? So basically they're saying that the doctor is saying it looks like you've been pounded pretty good down there. It's like, oh my God. Oh, Shira, were you with this dude? Derek, F-boy, porn star, or at least content creator. I won't call him a star unless he is. I don't know for sure. I don't know about that. So it was a funny moment. We move on to Misha and Nicole. So Nicole, it has a bubble bath. She's already in the bubble bath, and it was supposed to be a surprise apology to Misha. I am... Well, you're in the bath, so if it was for Misha, why didn't you wait until Misha got up in there and then you got your tail up in there? Anyway, she's like, I've been on my BS, I apologize. I haven't really been making you a priority. But then Misha ends up apologizing. I said, for what? She owes you an apology. And I don't even think that Nicole apologized correctly. Because you downplayed my career moves. You made fun of me, to be exact. Like, you're letting me know what type of person you really think that I am, and you don't have that much respect for me. It's like, well, Misha, I don't even understand why you were apologizing. Whatever. So they end up getting intimate up in there. So Misha was like, I'm about to do the showcase, and I'm going to need your support so that I don't be weak in the knees. I said, I could hardly speak. I said, not an SWV reference to an escape number. There's actually some good lines this episode. I've been rambling on, so let me get on and going. Rain is trying to get this internship with his father's friend's practice, but he's not really qualified because this is for immigration law, and Rain doesn't really speak Spanish, even though he lives in LA, which is strange because that's like second language. I live in Florida. Florida, you're gonna need to know that language more than you need to know English. Shira goes back to the bar, club, whatever you want to call it. And she just has a flashback of her mom coming in with Watts, and then she finding out concerning her dad and her half brother. Watts walks in, and Shira, of course, is being very defensive and argumentative. And Watts says that their dad wants to see her. And he actually lives in the Bay Area. They've lived there since, he says, his senior year in high school, I think it was. She's basically not really ready to deal with her father. She doesn't want to see him yet. They get on the subject of why aren't you with your friends right now? There's a showcase that's going to be going on. And Shira says she thought that they were better than this as far as like talking about each other behind each other's backs. It seems like Shira is embarrassed. She's embarrassed by her mother, and she's also embarrassed by what was revealed that night. But she's blaming it on them, which is weird. I'm trying to understand why you're mad at the friends, because the friends didn't expose you. Watts ends up saying a little bit more. You know, he looked her up. He's been looking for her forever. He ended up doing the 23andMe type of test on of everything and found Shira, which hasn't been that long ago. He says that he's a loner and just glad to have a chance to have her in his life, whatever that means. Derek busts in and basically saying to Watts, get to work. I need some help. And then he sits down with Shira, and they just talk about the friends thing again. Like, are you going to go to the showcase? Whatever your friends did, they didn't mean it. I'm still not understanding why Shira's mad, though. Shira gets on the subject of, have you been tested for STI? Derek said, ooh, mood killer, or buzzkill, whatever you want to call it. But he says that he gets checked out once a month. And he said he'll go tomorrow. And then again, Shira's like, oh, so you got really that many girls? I'm like, Shira, you know this dude. You know he's got all this going on. But at least he's responsible enough to actually get tested. I don't even know if any of y'all using condoms or protection. Haven't seen it yet, and nobody's even brought it up yet. I'm just saying. So you were sleeping with him, even though you knew that he was an F-boy. Oh, so the men are at the gym, and Derek brings up this question of, have you ever smashed your boy's ex-girl? And Brandon said, no, I don't need that karma back. I don't want it done to me, and I'm not going to do it to someone else. And Jamal says, we're grown, right? If there's a healthy conversation about it, there shouldn't be an issue. I agree more with Jamal. And it also depends on the circumstance. Now, it's one thing if you still want to go after someone that is an 8-ish. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. If you know what happened or transpired in your friend's relationship, are you sure you really want to go down that route with them? That would be one objection to me. But as I just said before, just respectful. And then on the other side's party, let them be what they need to be. Sorry. Let's see. So Jamal reveals to them that he has a wife and a girl. He said the question was asked, so would you let your wife sleep? What Jamal said is that his wife ended up giving him a hall pass because when he made pros, she said, I know that you're going to be cheating, but you can have this hall pass to do whatever. Just don't embarrass me in public. So they have an understanding. But what he did say is that it's one thing for someone to try to mess with my wife and another thing to mess with my girl. And he said he would kill whoever trying to mess with his girl. His wife. Understandable. I guess girls come and go. But if you're in a committed relationship, I don't know. I guess I understand what he's saying, but kind of like, well, both relationships are important to you. Rain ends up talking about Zeke, and he's acting like he don't really care. And Brandon's like, sounds like somebody that's hurt over his ninja. But we know it is. Rain gonna be stubborn. He's stubborn about so much that's going on in his personal life, even with his family right now. So, they talk about Derek's child. A lawyer's trying to tell him to get another paternity test and all that. But they look at the child and looks exactly like him, and all of the dudes agree with him. So they just have a chat. All right, so it's showcase time. Rain comes in, congratulates Misha, and Misha's still itching, and they're just talking. They're throwing shade back at each other, back and forth to each other. And then she ends up saying, "I miss Zeke." They still talking about the STI stuff. He's surprised that he has to do it. It's just the first time since college that he's ever had any type of relationship or having sex where the partners are overlapping each other. Da, 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 da. Have you heard from Shira? And they said no, but Shira was like, she better show up just like I have supported her. Da, 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 da. Misha ended up asking, should we say something about the abortion? And Rain's like, that's on you. So then in walks Miss DeVoe, Nicole, and Corey. Nicole gives her flowers and all that good stuff, and they kiss. Corey has a gift for her also. He gives her a kiss, but it looks kind of uncomfortable because of how Nicole is treating the whole situation. Miss DeVoe ends up saying that she's gotten some paparazzi to come to view the showcase, and any good write-up would be really good for her and bomb for her. So Rain gonna say, who? You get Variety, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter? She said, no, gossip. Then they said the Shade Room. A Baller Alert and TMZ. Maybe one day I'll talk about the Shade Room, but not my first choice or whatever. So then Rain and Miss DeVoe get into this little mini shade fest. Rain tries to say, we need all the positivity. Then Miss DeVoe hints that for everyone to go get their seats, basically get up out of here and get away from our artists. And Rain catches that, and he says, well, it is getting a little stuffy because it seems like a Basketball Wives reunion. Oh, and he's saying all that coming from a tall man with a coat with short sleeves on. Just taking little jabs at each other. Nicole gives Misha another kiss. Misha doesn't want Nicole to go, but Miss DeVoe says that she's fine by herself here and doesn't need her. Da, 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 da. So Nicole goes outside as far as where the auditorium where everything is happening at. Rain sees Mecca. He's there also. Rain's trying to act like a couple, and Mecca said, we can't do all that. Da, 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 da. Rain gets upset right away. So this blogger comes by wanting to talk with Mecca, I think, about his show that he's currently on. But he said some of my guys are here, but we're not going to do any press today. So Rain took this opportunity to talk with the blogger about what's going on with the Russo group and about the gentrification that's happening within the state of California, especially with the Russo's influence. So after they get his statement, they videotape it or whatever. Mecca says, I owe you an apology. Da, 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 da. It's going to be like that. It's going to be an endless circle because Mecca is too worried about his image. Rain spots Shira and goes over to see her and basically says, where have you been? He gets her together. Shira was like, I'm not really going to stay. Rain invites her over to the table. Like, I just want to see her performance because I got tests. I'm busy. And Rain's like, we all busy. We're all friends, so come on and just get with the program and be with us. Da, 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 da. Shira still doesn't sit with her. I think that she's going to say, I don't know yet. Well, we don't actually do know. So Corey opens up with this R. Kelly joke. I was like, okay. He said he's seen it on Twitter or whatever. So Nicole's already looking just disgusted at him anyways. He's about to introduce Misha and saying that I know that we're all excited for her coming out here. Right, Nicole? And Nicole rolls her eyes at him. She don't like him or whatever. Oh, I forgot to say that Nicole said that Autumn, who is her girl on the side, is ready to join the bedroom with Misha. Misha says, right now, no, I'm not really into that. Da, 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 da. We've had a lot of currency of people coming into our bedroom right now. So whatever. I guess at a later, it's kind of like a rain checks type of thing. Misha comes out, and I guess she does her thing. We go to the next scene where everyone seems to be checking their results for the STI. Everyone's checking their phones. It looks like they're getting an alert, and we see that someone has on the alert that they got chlamydia. But then we get the three split screens, and Shira, Rain, and Misha are all, what? In shock. So we don't know who's got the chlamydia or the clamp, but I guess we'll find out next week as to what's really going on. But that is my review. I have my things. I don't really like Nicole. It's not going to work between her and Misha because they're trying to be traditional in a non-traditional type of setting, and there's too much possessiveness that's going on from Nicole's end, and I think that has to do with her age and dominance, and she's the one that actually introduced this whole concept into their relationship. So I don't know. I don't like her at this point. I don't like Corey for Misha, but stop making these rules. But it's okay for you to be with Autumn, but not Misha to be with Corey. That's not cool whatsoever. But that's all I do have. So please leave me your thoughts. And don't forget to like this video on your way out if you didn't do it at the beginning. And subscribe to my channel and share this video. Until my next one, peace.